And do you know who is with me today? Yes, we have a dynamic lady with me, Mrs. Meena Mishra ji. Mrs. Meena Mishra ji has versatile personality, and I'm going to speak about her in detail. So welcome to the show, Meena ji. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I'm fantastic. I'm on cloud nine with you. What else can I ask for?
Thank you very much. And Jahaneman is grateful that you have spared your valuable time and you are here with us. So Meena ji, it was like my desire. I have discussed many a times with Kritika, and Kritika was having high appreciation about you, and I was just waiting for the day when I'm going to meet you, such a dynamic personality. So here I have the profile of Mrs. Meena Mishra ji, and I'm going to present for my audience. So Mrs. Meena Mishra ji is an award-winning author, poet, short story writer, social worker, novelist, and an educator and a publisher. These are some of the words which describe Miss Meena Mishra, to whom the impish Lass Publishing House owes its existence. Her poems, stories, and book reviews have been published in many international journals and magazines. She is the recipient of several prestigious awards. She is an active member of Mumbai English Educators team and was invited by the Education Department of Maharashtra to be a part of the review committee for the new English textbook. Wow. She is also a member of Cambridge English Teachers Group. That's really wonderful. She has been working as an international coordinator for British Council activities for more than 11 years. Fantastic. And she has judged several illustrious and popular literary competitions, as well as LitFest, including the LitFest of IIT Mumbai. That's really incredible. And NM College Fest. She is a regular panelist for various literary and educational platforms, including Asian Literary Society. Her poems are published in many magazines, including the prestigious periodical Women's Era. She has been a contributing author and poet for more than 100 books. Wow, that's really great. Her books include The Impish Lass Economics Infinities, Within the Cocoon of Love, and The Impish Lass Book 2. Her poems have been translated and published in Spanish magazines. I even can't imagine. And her latest book, The Impish Lass Book 2, Stories and More, have received rave reviews from the readers, including the greatest Indian nuclear scientist, Dr. R. Chidambaram. Really, this your profile, if I'm going to read the full profile, it's going to too much time. But I must inform my audience that she is the recipient of many awards like Nation Builder Award, Super 30 Teacher nomination by IB Hub, Most Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award during World Education Summit in February 2021. She is the winner of the Women Novator Award and 1000 Women of Asia Award, given in association with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India, and Agni Invest India. And she has recently been nominated for the 2021 ELTON's Outstanding Achievements Award by the British Council. Wow, wow, such a great personality is in front of me today. And I am on cloud nine with you, my dear Mrs. Meena Mishra ji. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. Now tell me, so many
Thank you
achievements,
so much.
so many achievements. How is it possible? Was it from your childhood or you have developed later on? First of all, let me know about your birthplace, about your childhood, about your parents, and about your siblings, and then we'll move further.
So, Dr. Halima, first of all, I would like to talk about my birthplace. So, I was born in a small village called Pindaruch, that is in Darbhanga district of Bihar. Okay,
Oh.
and those were the days when there was no hospital and I was born at home. And my father was working at Hazaribagh. Hazaribagh is a small town. Earlier it was in Bihar, now it is in Jharkhand. So I was born in a small village and I was raised at Hazaribagh, a small town, very small town. And we used to stay 20 kilometers away from there. So there is something called CCL, Central Coalfields Limited. My father used to work there. And we used to live in a small colony over there. So it's a place that is surrounded by hills and valleys, and you have river running by. Okay, that is the kind of place that I grew up in. So love for nature was always there. When I was a small child, those were the days when parents usually would put their kids in the school very close by. They never thought that girls should go and to an English medium school, a private school where they have to pay heavy fees. But then as a small child, I would always tell my mother that I want to study in an English medium school. And my mother was a completely uneducated woman. But then her love for me was always there. Her concern for me was always there. She asked some neighbors, like, that is there a school close by where I can put my daughter? And they said, yeah, there is a school like Mount Carmel Convent School. So she took me and went there. And that was the last date of admission. They gave her a form that was in English. She could not read. And they told her the fees, the admission fees and all that was required. She requested them that please fill the form. I don't know how to read it. I'll just tell you, I'll just give you some information about me. You fill that. So the office clerk was kind enough to fill the form. And before paying the fees, she didn't even think twice. So you can understand those were the days when income was meager. We were 3 siblings. Okay. And income was meager. Spending on education was not the priority of the middle class family. But still my mother decided to put me in a convent school simply because her daughter wanted to study in an English medium school. And whatever I am today, it is because my mother decided to give me the right education.
What a great lady. Really, what a great lady. And she must have had her savings, from that only she must have filled, and deposited your fees.
Yes.
And those savings,
Yes.
if she wanted, she would have spent on the jewelries because that is a weakness of the women, or maybe on the clothing. But she decided to put you in an English
True.
medium school, and that to Mount Carmel School. It is a prestigious school, I believe, in Hazaribagh. So yes,
Yes.
so
Yes.
mother should be saluted. So I must say salam to your mother, of course. Is she here? Then convey my regards.
May her
to-
soul rest in peace.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I have lost my mother. My journey of school life, as I told you, I was in Mount Carmel School. After that, I went to KB Women's College in Hazaribagh. And the love for writing I developed right from when I was in 9th standard. I started writing diary and I started writing poems. So all the thoughts that came to my mind, all my happiness, sadness, whatever it was, entire thing would get converted into poems. And my diary was filled with that. I would also write the anecdotes, the daily happenings. So when I was in 11th standard, there was a contest. That was a state level contest. And the topic was human values in India, present situation and solution. I thought, let me participate in it. And we had to write an essay for 1800 words. So it was a big deal that time, writing 1800 words. I participated in it. And one fine day when I was in the class, so one pune enters the class and tells my teacher that Meena ko principal ne bulaya hai. And I was so scared. My God, the principal has called me. It was such a scary moment, Those were the days when students were scared of the school principals and college principals. Now the children are not. So it was like,
now children are not, but the teachers are scared.
very true, very true. It's the other way around now. So I went there and the principal, she just hugged me and she said, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. And I was more scared. I thought, my God, all these days, she never talked to me. She never recognized me. She doesn't even know me. And now she's hugging me. And then there were three men standing there, and they had come all the way from the capital, that is Patna. And they said that Meena has won the first prize in essay writing competition, and we have come here all the way to felicitate her. So it was such a great moment for me. I just can't tell you. They gave me a check of 300 rupees, and all the students were assembled in the hall. And there was a felicitation function.
You were in which grade at that time?
11th standard.
So as a teenager, you can just, I can imagine that how happy and how
yeah,
you must
16-year-old. Yeah. And then, after that felicitation function, I received the check of rupees 300. And I always thought, like, I would see my mother doing so much for the family, cooking food, taking care of us. Okay. And then, she would feed all of us, and then she would sit and have food. So I would always think, like, when we would eat, she would make chapati and put for us in our plates. So I always thought that with my first earning, I would buy something for my mother, and that would be casserole. So I spent my first earning buying the casserole so that my mother could make chapati before we sat, and the entire family could sit together and have food.
Oh, such a touching story, really, The first salary you spent on for your mother's comfort, that's really great. That shows the foundation between mother and a daughter, how mother has helped you by putting you in the English medium school, and then you always acknowledge her sacrifice, that with that money she should have done something else, and then you have repaid in this way. That first salary you purchased a casserole for your mother. That's really a lovely story and inspiring story for all my viewers. Then after that, when you completed your graduation, then tell us about.
So I was doing my master's. I was doing my master's in English literature. But by that time, after my graduation, I had already applied for All India Radio for the post of casual announcer. And I had started writing Hindi stories for them. I would do the comparing for them. I would do the stories for them. So casual, it was like, casual announcers don't work regularly, say once a week. Okay. Fortnightly, I would go to the radio station and do. So I was very popular in my area because it was a small area, very small area. So everyone knew me. And you know what? The day I received my appointment letter from All India Radio that you have been selected for the post of casual announcer, that small colony, my mother gave gulab jamun, she sent to all the houses. It was, for her, it was like my daughter has got a job to do.
Yeah, and that too in radio,
Yes.
Everybody is going to listen to the voice of my daughter.
Yes, the whole world will come to know about my daughter now.
Yeah.
So it was such a great moment for my parents, especially my mother. And from there, I was doing my master's. When I got married, you know how they get married, the girls there. Okay, they don't care about what is happening, what is not happening. And I got married. I moved to Mumbai. After coming to Mumbai, I completed my master's from Mumbai University. I completed my B.Ed from Mumbai University. A lot of struggle was there because new city, no friends. Okay, I did not know the people around. I did not know how would they accept me. But one thing I would like to tell you, the very first day when I stepped in, it was evening time when I entered Mumbai. So some of the neighbors had seen me entering the house. And early in the morning, when I opened the door, okay, to take milk, that milkman was informed that my husband had already informed him that I would be coming with my wife. So when I opened the door, the first statement that I heard was one neighbor telling another neighbor, "Chokri ko dekha?" And the second neighbor is telling, "Mast hai." And that was the welcome statement for me in Mumbai. I knew that, okay, fine, this city has accepted me.
That is Mumbai. If this type of statement would have been given in UP or Delhi, then we would be very offended. They are calling us chokri and mast. So these are like very common in Mumbai. That is a part of the culture.
Yeah, that was a welcome statement for me. That was like, okay, fine, my neighbors like me. So that was a great journey.
So what about your motherhood? After marriage, after how many years you became a mother?
Yeah, after marriage, when I came here, I started working because I thought I can't sit for a long time at home.
So I just moved out. I started giving tuition, and then I met one school principal. I thought, let me talk to a school principal if there is a vacancy for teacher. So I asked the watchman, principal se milna hai. He said, wo dekh rahe ho, ja rahi hai, ghar, wohi hai principal. I just ran towards her and I said, excuse me, I am Meena Mishra. Okay. And I need a job in your school. Is there a vacancy? And she was amazed at my confidence. She thought, my God, one young girl coming to me and telling me, I'm Meena Mishra and I need a job. Is there a vacancy? And she was so impressed that she gave me a job in her school. And I started working as a teacher, but that time B.Ed was not done. So I had to do part-time B.Ed. We were the last batch of part-time B.Ed in Mumbai. So early in the morning, I would teach in the school from 7 to 1. That was 6 hours. Then I would travel all the way to Kolaba. Kolaba comes after Churchgate, end of Mumbai. Okay, in Bombay Teachers Training College. I would attend the lectures for 3 hours and I would be back home only by 9 p.m.
Oh.
And I had a child who was 1.5 years old. I would keep him in the creche. I would collect him at night. And then at night, lots of preparation, B.Ed, how much of work you have to do. And then as a teacher also, exams would be there, paper correction was there. Those were crazy, crazy days. Lots of struggle, lots of struggle.
But I can see that the achievement, accomplishment, sense of accomplishment in your tone when you are talking, your facial expressions, everybody shows that how much you are satisfied, after hard work, when you get the result of the hard work, that is everything. A task done perfectly is everything, is a prize in itself, is an award. So then after that, how did you come into publishing house? That secret I want to know.
I was always writing, as I told you, right from 9th standard. And I always wanted to get published. I wanted to see it in print, the satisfaction that you get to see yourself in print. And those were the days when getting printed was a great deal. Not everyone would get published. So somehow I got to know about a publisher in South. He promised he would publish my book. And he published it in such a pathetic way that I cried holding that book in my hand. It was nothing but a book. Just like A4 size printout, taken out and put together, it looked like that. That day I decided, one fine day, I'm going to have my own publishing house and I'm going to publish my book. And I did that.
Great, great, great. So you as a publisher, you as a teacher, you as a writer, you as an author. So there are so many caps and you are wearing, you as an activity coordinator, you as a judge, you as a woman, a strong woman. Which role do you find that you are like a perfect example of, you are the example of perfection in that role? Which role do you like the most?
See, I wouldn't call myself perfect. I'm just learning, okay? I'm just at a learning stage. This is just the beginning of the achievements. Okay, so we can't be perfect. We are learning every day. We are growing every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
But which role do you like the most out of these?
Frankly speaking, I like the role of teacher very much because I love being with children. I love being with teenagers. I love spending time with them. I love talking to them. And spending time with teenagers keeps me young at heart. It does not allow me to grow old. I don't feel I'm growing old. I don't feel, oh God, now what? I have lived my life. There's nothing more to do. I don't feel like that. There's so much to learn from them. So being a teacher, I love. And being a publisher also, I'm enjoying these days because 3 years of publication. And, the tagline of ours is each soul that writes has the right to get published. So then I can see the happiness on the face of the people, those who get published because of the Impishlas Publishing House. So it brings lots of joy to me, lots of satisfaction to me.
Yeah, you are bringing their dreams come true. And that is like a great service to the mankind. And I love your tagline that everybody who writes has the right to be published. That's really wonderful tagline. So Mrs. Meena Mishra, this COVID, like the last 1.5 years or almost 2 years now, has disturbed everyone. It has affected in all the sectors, especially the educational sector. So how Meena Mishra has coped up with the situation? How was COVID situation for you?
See, initially when COVID happened, it was very frustrating. I would get disturbed. I would get angry. Okay, because moving to that online classes and learning new technology, it's stressful. But after that, once we got settled and we began with the classes in 2020 April, we had begun with a class of standard 10 last year's. Everything got settled down. So as a teacher, I got settled because I teach in a school called Dr. S. Radhakrishnan International School, Malad, wherein lots of hand-holding happens, they support the teachers. If you are not understanding, they will give you peers. They will give you co-teachers who will be there to help you. They won't leave you like this.
Great.
Do whatever you want to do. No, not like that. Okay, so as a teacher, I got settled with that. And as a publisher and author, it was a rewarding year for me. Simply because I'll show you something. This is the book, The Impish Lass Book 2. I could complete this book and I could sell 1,000 copies of this book without spending a penny on advertising or sales.
Wow, lovely to know. And this is
Yes.
just because of COVID. The people are at home and they want to read. They want to spend their
Yes.
time on quality reading. Oh, congratulations.
So that was, thank you. That was, as an author, that was an achievement for me. As a publisher, I have published almost 35-40 books this year in 2021. In 2020,
40 books.
yes. And we have published all these books that you see. All these are my publications.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. Hats off to you. MashaAllah. And it's all because you are a persistent person. I have seen, I can just make out with your expressions that how passionate you are about your mission, about your whatever you want to do, you do in life. Like if the publisher has not done the work nicely, you have started your own publication house. That is really the sign of an iron lady, that whatever you wanted, you got in your life. Now, is there any moment of regret in your life where you now think that if that moment I can delete from my life, then my life is going to be better than with that event?
No. I have no regrets in my life, simply because good or bad, whatever has happened in the past, it has taught me something and it has made me a better person. If things did not work out, there were other things that were waiting to work out for me. Okay, so I'm very thankful to God, and I'm very thankful to the loving people in my life. I have got almost 18 editors across the world working for me. I have published almost 1,000 people across the world through our publishing house. There are so many passionate people working for me. I can't tell you. So I'm very thankful to God for all the love that I have been receiving from the people around. So that's my earning. My earning is love of the people, love of the writers, love of the editors.
That is the sign of a positive mind, and it shows that how positive you are in life. And that's really very rare to find in the people. I have interviewed many people after COVID. I have interviewed the educationists, I have interviewed the women, I have interviewed the children, I have interviewed the parents. But somewhere like they are disappointed, or somewhere they express their disappointments while talking to me. But I have seen you a lady who is the example of cheerfulness and positivity, and whatever comes in life, that comes with a purpose, and we have to welcome them. And if something doesn't work out, then other things are waiting. That's really great. That's really great. So before we conclude our session, I just request you to kindly give a few messages to my sisters or all my viewers of this channel.
Dear sisters, please remember, we are women. We are beauty, kindness, and purity personified. Never underestimate yourself. The beauty of heart and soul will always reflect on your face and in your work. Have faith in yourself. You are very strong. You are the strongest on this earth. Never get scared of anything. Setbacks are always there to teach us something. We always learn from something. Feel happy about being alive. Feel happy about being fed. Feel happy about being loved. And try to give more and more. Try to become a giving personality. When you give, you receive more than you are giving. So that is my message to all the women of the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Meena ji. You have graced this channel, and Jahane Man is grateful to you. And may Almighty bless you always. May all your dreams come true, and may you always be like this, smiling, laughing, and spreading happiness in the lives of others. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to be here.
Take care and bye-bye.